I do feel like they're going to start overcompensating when it comes to decision making with
it's
Chelsea.
not going to happen. It's not Matisse. Come on.
I do.
Come on. You're telling me that there's a corruption.
No,
against
I'm not saying
Chelsea.
this. I'm not saying it's corruption, but
Come
I'm saying
on,
the amount of pressure, media pressure there was last couple of weeks on this Josh King situation with this goal.
No one's going to think
that. It was insane. I've never seen.
I agree with that.
A swirl and a story like it. They were speaking about it as the worst decision I've ever seen on record.
That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
I agree with you.
And then, yes, I think it does play a part at the end of the game. Jace, at the end of the game, it's a last-minute equaliser.
No, I don't believe in that. I don't believe that.
The VAR check was so quick, Jace. Didn't even go to the screen.
I don't. So what are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that I think the pressure that is circling around Chelsea from the Fulham game is definitely playing on their mind in making a decision in favour of Chelsea in this game. Look, even if it's not on purpose, I think it does. It plays a part sometimes.
I'm not buying it. I'm simply not buying it because you can get. Look, we've had some good fortune with VAR this season already, right? And if someone made the point about after the Crystal Palace goal that was disallowed, albeit under the law of whatever law it is,
that random. No, he wasn't given for that though.
No, whatever it was, right? They're 1 metre, right? Then you fast forward what happened against Fulham. There is no conspiracy. I want football fans. This goes out to every football fan. There's no conspiracy. Some decisions you get, some you don't. And I think we've all got to take our hats off and stop thinking that there's an agenda. Because there is no WhatsApp group with referees and Pogmo, whoever they are, right, saying that we have got to make sure we don't give that to Chelsea. There's no time for the refs and Pogmo, whoever's in VAR at Stockley Park, to think about this. It's not true. It's simply not true. You might feel it, but I'm telling you now that simply can't happen.
When I saw that situation, I personally wasn't even looking at that. I was looking at the shoddy defending. The fact that we had 3 to 4 defenders challenging one person and five losing the header, and then unfortunately, whether it's Garnacho or Reece James' responsibility on the back post, they're not tracking Carvalho.
Now you're starting to make sense. Sorry, Liv.
You guys go on.
Now you're starting to make sense, and I'll tell you why. Right? Is he an offside position? Yes, it's a throw-in. You can't be offside from a throw-in, right? We all know that, right?
Yeah.
There is a flick on from Aya. There are 5 Chelsea players around there. My point of view, what I'm annoyed at and frustrated at, more than the decision, is why has Reece left 1v2 in the box? Why has that been allowed to happen? What we should have had is at least a 2v2 in the box, so that Reece isn't there, having Ouattara there, I can't remember who's to his left there, but he is occupied. I think that if we get the offside decision, it's fair. The fact it's not given, I'm cool with that as well for the good of the game, because I feel that if that decision gone against us, we'd be sitting here now and we'd all be saying it's a terrible decision. The hypocrisy amongst football fans, and this is global now. This is everyone, and I think sometimes we just got to take a step back. I'm more annoyed with the fact that we were warned so many times about that long throw. First half and second half. There was one about minutes before where Sanchez has tipped it over. The question I really want the answer to, and no one's given me it yet, sorry, I'll try. Go on. Is that when the VAR looked at it, did the linesman or the assistant on that side, did he know there was a flick on? Because if the ball has been thrown in and he thinks that Aya has not flicked it on,
or a Chelsea player has flicked it on,
right, there you go, right? If that happens, he thinks it's a good goal. So did anyone at any point when VAR were looking at it refer to the assistant on that side? Do you know who's flicked it on? Because if he can see, and I'm guessing he can, or Atara's right leg being an offside position, has anyone said to him,
did you see that?
I flicked it on. But does that change your thoughts on the goal?
But is this not the basics? Basics?
I don't know the answer.
Is this not the basics? How many weeks, rightly or wrongly, in favour or not in favour of Chelsea, are we going to sit here and speak about VAR decisions and referees? I don't feel like the standard of refereeing in this country is high enough. And now it's just becoming a situation where we just tolerate it because it's normalised that these decisions are just going to be made and it's just going to be the luck of the draw. If we're going to constantly have these decisions just wrong all the time, because he's interfering with play, there's no doubt about it. Like you said, he takes Reece James' attention away. He's definitely obstructing him from making a decision to go and mark the back post.
Or to clear, he's then stuck in between deciding to go back to Carvalho or then trying to clear the ball.
Yeah.
Do you think just in isolation?
I think both things can be true. I think it's the wrong decision and it's poor defending.
We know it's poor defending. We know that 5 players going for one ball, they should have dealt with it. They didn't. Take that out of the equation. We know it's bad defending. In isolation, do you think Dango Ouattara was interfering with play from an offside position?
From Reece James's point of view, there is no doubt in my mind that he was occupying most of what was going on in front of him. Once that ball has then gone past him, he is very much aware. However, I can't remember who was on that side. My apologies, right? But then, of course, you then fast forward. What actually happens is that Carvalho gets on the back of Garnacho, and Garnacho is now ball watching. So there are so many strands to this. Yeah. As an ex-defender, the laws of the game now, the way they've changed, it's impossible. If you're in my eye line and you're offside, you're interfering with how I defend this situation.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Especially if you go to kick the ball as well.
It's as simple as that. Yeah. You're offside in my eye line, and I'm worried about you as a player. You are affecting my decision making. Offside has to be given. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot was made about Garnacho at the back post. I think it was just classic social media, just trying to jump to any little thing that they can. Right, we know, right? Okay, he's a winger. He was on with Carvalho. He probably shouldn't have let him go. He did. It's ended in a goal, but a lot happened before that. So there's no point blaming Alejandro Garnacho. He's not responsible for that goal being conceded.
No, he could have helped, but so
he could have helped.
So many others.
So could have all the defenders back there. There's about 8 of them. They all could have helped, and it wouldn't have been a goal. It was a goal. But just what did you make of Alejandro Garnacho coming on? Because I thought he offered something different down that left hand side, and he created that chance for Palmer, which, albeit a difficult one, I would have expected Palmer to probably do a little bit better in that situation. Yeah. But I thought it was an encouraging, encouraging performance.
I think it was. He came. Look, I think the standard that Gittins set, unfortunately, was quite low. The bar was very low. So when Garnacho came on, I think it was a relief for a lot of people watching to say, right, we know Gittins is raw. He's new to the league. Yeah. He's new to the system, and Garnacho is Premier League proven. He's more experienced. Let's see what he can bring to the table. And I think he was direct. He had good cutbacks. He created chances. And if he had just been able to track that man, it would have been a perfect performance off the bench, because he's basically created a goal and a massive opportunity as well. So he's helped us into winning the game. So if it had ended like that, so no complaints with his performance at all. And to be honest, when you sign young wingers, as we saw with Madueke when he was in his first 6 months, you're going to see them you're going to see a lack of concentration to track runners. We saw it against West Ham when Emerson Palmieri scored at the Olympic Park. Madueke didn't track him, and we're going to see that with Gittins, and we're probably going to see that with Garnacho, even though maybe Garnacho shouldn't, because he's a lot more experienced. But you're just going to see that. So that's what you take on when you bring in young wingers.
Just to caveat that, is that it was a lovely time for Garnacho to come on the pitch where we were on top.
Yeah.
He had Cucurella in there. We were a better team. The Reece was on the other side. We were a much more balanced team, and I felt a bit sorry for Gittins that he was in that situation where we were under strength. There were. I mean, we heard Maresca saying that Fofana was only going to play to try and get him up some match fitness.
Yeah.
The team was quite unbalanced.
Yeah.
Garnacho came on where we were on top and we were firing.
Yeah.
I like maybe what would have Gittins have done had that?
Yeah, if it was the other way around. Yeah.